Hello. Thought I was going to jump up and yell, but no, it is now time to start our lesson. Someone please get me some caffeine drink that's not sour and disgusting. Okay, 반 말, 반말. Literally, 반 means half, 말 means words or speech. So half speech. Is that important? No, this means casual speech. Casual speech is simply speech that does not show any extra respect to the listener. It doesn't mean that it's rude. It just does not give any extra respect to anyone else. It's just flat out saying something without any extra politeness or respect thrown in. It conveys the feel of, I do not think that I need to show any extra respect toward you. So in itself, it's not rude. It just says, hey, I'm talking with you, the listener. I just don't think I need to show any extra respect to you. That's the feeling. So that could be rude, but it also could be fine. When you use casual speech, it's unrelated to the person that you're talking about. So if you've learned honorific speech and humble speech before, you already know that it's about who you're talking about and not who you're talking with. Casual speech is just for the person you're talking to. So when it's used correctly, it actually sounds friendly. It doesn't mean like, I don't respect you at all. It doesn't mean like that. It just means, hey, I don't think I need to show extra respect for you because we're friends. It has a friendly feel to it when it's used correctly. It's like, hey, bro, I'm just going to skip straight to the point. No formalities here. You and me, you're cool. I'm cool. That's the feeling it has. It's like, let's skip all of this. Normally Koreans have all the formalities. You got to show all your respects and blah, 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 blah. Forget all about that. You and me, we're bros, okay? It has a friendly feel when it's used correctly. When it's used incorrectly, like to your boss or to teachers, it feels like the same thing, but that is rude. If you go up to president of Nigeria, do they have a president? I don't know. You go up to the president of Nigeria, okay? You've been invited to a special banquet. What do you do when you meet the president of Nigeria? I've gone down this road and I can't leave now. You shake his hand, you bow, you're like looking around, making sure you're not offending anyone, oh yes, oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. What you don't do is walk in like this, sup bro? Oh, there we go. Hey, you don't do that. It's friendly if it's used appropriately, but for people who it's not appropriate with, it just comes off like you should respect them, but you're not. So who do you use it with? Your close friends. Specifically, you'll use it with your close friends who are the same age as you or younger. You can use it with your partners. So your boyfriend, your girlfriend, husband, or wife. However, both of these will depend on your relationship with that person. You might be friends with someone, but they're actually older than you. Even though you've been friends for a while, they might still prefer to speak casually to you and you speak politely to them because they're older. Family members. You're probably going to speak casually with all of your family members, and this includes your parents. However, this depends on your relationship. Some people will still want to speak politely toward their parents, even as they become an adult. Next, you always want to use casual speech if you're talking to animals because animals do not deserve any extra spoken respect. 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까? 잘 지내셨습니까? 혹시 오늘 뭐 드셨어요? You're not talking with animals because you're not Dr. Dolittle. You don't show any politeness toward animals because you then look at the owner and use the exact same politeness level to them, or worse, a lower politeness level to them. This is saying you respect the animal more than you respect the person. So don't do it. Next, small kids. This is up to you. You can speak casually to small children, but some people still don't. But do not use honorifics. When you're talking to yourself, also, do you look at the mirror and say, I'm going to show extra respect toward you? No, you don't need to show extra respect toward yourself. So you would never use polite speech, honorific speech, humble speech, any sort of nice speech to yourself. What does that say about us as a culture? We disrespect ourselves. But that's the way it is. You speak casually to yourself. And one more thing, Billy, my best friend in Korea, he's actually 2 years older than me, but he told me I can speak casual speech. If you have permission from someone, they've exclusively told you that you can speak casually with them, even though the normal rules say don't. Go ahead. You can use all the casual speech you want to your friend when it's just you and your friend. Do not use that same casual speech in public around other people, because it will look to other people who don't know about your secret arrangement that you're disrespecting your friend, who's obviously older than you. So just keep it between you and your friend. So then, how do you make casual speech? First, you get the you form. This is the hardest part because there are lots of exceptions. Once you get the you form, you remove the you and you are done. For example, 어디 가요? Where are you going? Well, to make it casual, you just remove the you. That's it. 어디 가? Now you have casual speech. Where are you going? 밥 먹었어요? Did you eat? 밥 먹었어? Now you have casual speech. There are some exceptions. What do you do for honorific speech? Well, normally honorific speech is the 으시다 ending, which in the you form becomes 으세요. But you can't remove the you from 으세. You just use the regular 으시다 honorific ending. So how do you conjugate this? Well, it's the same. 으셔. Past tense, 으셨어. That's it. You just don't use 으세요. Let me give you an example. 할머니가, my grandmother, 지금, right now, 집에, at home. 안 계시다 is to not exist, to not be at home. 안 계시다, normally in the you form would be 안 계세요. 할머니가 지금 집에 안 계셔. So grandmother is not at home now. Notice it still uses honorific speech because honorific speech is about who you're talking about. Casual speech is about who you're talking with, who you're directly talking to. So this sort of sentence you could say to your friend, but you're still showing extra respect to your grandmother, just not toward the person you're talking with, your friend. The next exception you need to know is about the verb 이다. After a consonant, this will be 이야, and after a vowel, this will be 야. 우리 집이야. It's my, as in my family's, house. 오늘, today, 할 거야, because this is 이다, and after a vowel, it just becomes 야. So, I will do it today. These sentences are not connected, just two examples. However, 아니다 though is the same no matter what it comes after. It's always just 아니야. 우리 집이 아니야. It's not my house. Next, we have to talk about a bunch of common words you need to know. When you want to say I or me in casual speech, you must use 나, because 저 is humble speech. It shows extra respect toward the person that you are speaking to. So you wouldn't use 저 with casual speech. Next, if you want to say yes, well, normally you would use 네, 예. Instead, what do you use? 응, 어, yeah, yes. It would be really weird to say 네, 할 거야. If you want to say no, this is the word no. You're not saying it isn't, you're just saying the word no. 아니요. Well, how do you make this casual? That's the casual version of no. 아니. And 아니야 is not the same as 아니, because 아니 is just no. 아니야 means it is not, or someone is not, something is not. There's one more really big word we have to talk about. It's really big because I wrote it like that. 너. This word means you, but it is not a regular word you should be using when you're speaking casually. First of all, this is used when you're saying like 너는, 내가. We'll talk about this one in a second. And also if you're saying 너의, like someone's, your, something, which is also shortened to just 내. This officially is pronounced 내. Most of the time, what people actually say instead is a dialect word, 니. Now, it's still written this way, but it's pronounced as 니. So then how do you use 너? First of all, you can only use this if you are talking with someone who you're close with and they are the same age as you or younger. This word has the feeling of not just, I don't need to show extra respect toward you, but it also feels like you're slightly talking down to someone, like you're either putting them on the same level or slightly lower than you when you talk to them. Now, it's not rude if you use this to your friends who are younger than you or the same age. It's not rude, but it definitely doesn't sound soft and it doesn't sound polite. Never use 너 to someone who is older than you. Even if they're your friend and they told you that you should speak casually to them. Just 그냥 반말해. 그냥 반말하자. 어차피 친구니까. Just speak casually to me, bro. Okay. Nope. Even if you have permission from an older friend to speak casually with them, this is not what they mean. The exception to that would be if you're like a couple, because couples might speak however they want to each other. Friends who are the same age or younger, and you're close. It's okay. For anyone else, it kind of sounds like you're trying to start a fight because it sounds like you're putting them right below you on the social ladder. Again, it's not rude if it's used correctly, but it would sound rude if you used it to anyone older. Okay, how do you talk about a friend? You're friends with Jungkook. How do you say Jungkook went to the park? Casually. To talk about someone casually, you take their name, and if it ends in a consonant, you attach E. So if your friend's name is Jinyoung, Jinyoung ends in a consonant, so you would say Jinyoungi, and then you would add any other markers or anything else you would do. If your friend's Jungkook, you would say Jungkooki. And then you could say 정국이는, like that, or 정국이가. If their name, however, ends in a vowel, you just use it as is. If you have a friend named Yura, you just say 유라는 whatever. However, if you want to talk about older friends, you have two options. If they're older than you, and they're a guy, and you're a guy, then you call them 형. If you're a girl, you call them 오빠. Or if they're older than you and they're female, well, if you're a guy, you call them 누나. If you're a girl, you call them 언니. I mentioned though not always because some people are not happy with this. You might call someone your 형, but they feel uncomfortable about it because they feel like, yeah, I'm your friend, but we're not really that close, like that you can call me by a family member term. Don't just assume that you can call anyone these words just because they're an older friend, male or female. Ask. So you have this as one option. Another option you have is using their name and then attaching 형. Your friend's name is Charsu and he's older than you. Well, you could say Charsu 형. Okay, so that's how you talk about someone. But if you want to call out to them, there's a different thing you have to do. If their name ends in a vowel and you want to call out to them, like say, hey, Charsu, you attach ya. If their name ends in a consonant, you would attach ah. So if their name was Jungkook, 정국아, 진영아. Nowadays, actually, some people will simply call out names without doing either of these. So this is only when you're calling out to them. Let's talk about now some casual grammar. So this is grammar you can only use when you're speaking casually. For example, 자. Take an action verb stem and attach 자 to the end. And now you have a suggestion that means let's. And it is only casual. If you want to say, let's go, well, the verb to go is 가다. You just remove the 다. You attach 자. There are no exceptions to this. 가자, let's go. The next casual grammar form we need to learn is 라. You take a conjugated action verb and you attach 라. So that would be like 하다 becomes 해. 가다 becomes 가. 먹다 becomes 먹어. Like that. So just the regular casual speech version of any action verb. This is a strong command, but it kind of has a friendly feel to it. So it's not like a harsh command, like you're commanding someone to do it now. But you're kind of like saying, come on, just do it. So let me give you an example. 이거 먹어봐라. Here, try this. So it's a little bit stronger than just saying 먹어봐, but it's not harsh. It's just a bit stronger than that. So only use it casually, only use it to your close friends. There's one more really common grammar that you should know. You take a verb stem and you attach 냐. This is a strong question form. So instead of asking 어디 가, like where are you going? Now it's 어디 가냐? Where are you going? It has a stronger feel to it. Alternatively, instead of 냐, you might also see 니, used in the exact same way, but it's softer than saying 냐. So it's kind of in the middle. 어디 가니? Both have the exact same meaning. You'll hear both. And that's the whole lesson. Thank you everyone for coming, and I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!